We're in Vegas, and you're uploading this soon. And right around the time you're uploading it, there's a WWE event here.
There is.
Are you going to that?
I'm really not at liberty to say.
Oh, okay.
So
is there something going on?
I am also not at liberty to say if something is going. I can tell you, I have been back in the ring. I started training about 3 weeks ago, and I just got back from Florida. I was training with Natalia Neidhart, Tyson Kidd.
So what's drawing you back to the ring?
You know, people will look at it in the beginning and they go, okay, Gabbi transitioned because she didn't make it as a guy in wrestling, and now she's going to go dominate the women's division. You know, we get those people. That's what I see a lot of on the internet.
That whole argument of like, oh, you can't compete against other women, blah, blah, blah. Would you compete against men? Is that something you would consider?
So it's important to remember that wrestling is sports entertainment.
It's scripted.
It is not a competitive sport. Me personally, I would never compete in a women's division just because I know my bone structure. I know how much muscle mass I have in my body.
If it was like a real sport, you mean?
Yeah, if it was a true competitive sport,
gotcha.
I wouldn't. For me personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable going into a women's division. I support every trans athlete that wants to compete. I think we sometimes need better standards, of course, but me personally, I wouldn't do it. But that being said, New York Times did a story on me back in August of last year. The reporter calls me and he goes, "Hey, Gabbi, have you been into an arena since you retired?" I said, "No, I haven't watched a show. I just retired and I never looked back. I never was going to go back." And he goes, "I know you fly to New York a lot for business. SmackDown's coming to the Garden." And he goes, "Do you want to go? I'd love to just see your reaction." Well, yeah, that would be fun. So he goes, "I'll get us floor seats." So he got us floor seats. And the moment I walked in, doors opened, and I had a different experience. I walked in through like general population with all the fans. That was different. I'd never done that. And then I walked in on the floor, and we talk about energy, right? The energy just, my heart center just opened and exploded. I was like, oh my God,